Fish and Chums!
Hi everybody, Gary Heydrich with my buddy Tuffy. This week's fishing report on Fishing Chums. Well, we hope you had yourself some good fishing this past week. I was out on Table Rock this past weekend, a little tough because of the fact that it was warm, but it was just like mirror conditions, a real high sky, no wind, and it was a tough bite. I hope you did better than I did. But now, I'm taping this thing on Thursday, last couple of days, ooh boy, a little overcast, we've had wind, real windy today, and that's what we need for a good bite. So if we can hang on to a little bit wind for the upcoming weekend out here at Table Rock or any lake, spinnerbait fishing should be good. Spinnerbait fishing up on the banks around the laydowns and the stick-ups, the bluffs, the bluff ends, I'm telling you, I think spinnerbaits will be good with the wind. We'll wait and see. Go out and try anyway. And the topwater bite's been a little off, not real good for me anyway, and hopefully it will pick up with the cooler weather because it did get hot last week, a little bit too warm. And so try some topwater fishing the first couple hours of the day. And let's see what else. We've had some jig fishing around some of the docks, and of course drop shot fishing in the late morning or mid-morning areas out in about 25 to 30 feet of water. Get some drop shots out with your favorite drop shot bait, and I think you might be able to pick up a few fish as well. Sometimes they're off the bottom, so experiment on your depth. And so Table Rock, spinnerbait fishing, also up in the James River area, spinnerbait fishing, square-billed crankbaits, and they've been picking up some fish on jigs, and even a buzzbait once in a while. That could improve for the weekend. So Table Rock looks pretty good for the upcoming weekend. Water temperature, it's been fluctuating. It was back up to 80 degrees. This morning it was around 78. So that's water temperature. The lake conditions look pretty darn good. Okay, at Bull Shoals, we've had reports of walleye being caught in mid-lake area and also the Oakland area, trolling deep diving baits in about 25 feet of water. Also, they've been using some night crawlers on the flats in about 25 feet of water as well. So, Bull Shoals look fair for the upcoming weekend in the mid-lake area. In the K-Dock area, I'd get up early in the morning and get out there and do a little topwater fishing. That may be good. And I've had some reports of a few spinnerbait fish starting to show up out in the K-Dock area. All right, let's go Taneycomo. Yeah, it's still having a pretty good bite. They're not running a whole lot of water right now. So the other day they only have maybe a half a generator on. But the fishing's been pretty good. That Berkeley trout worm, that pink trout worm has been working as good as anything. And no matter what you're fishing, power baits, anything, you want down, baby? Okay. Pink, stay with pink. That seems to be the best color. And now with that power worm, I like to use a wacky worm, like we do bass fishing. I'll just take a small hook, put a split shot up above it about 8 inches, hook it right in the middle, and if there's no drift, I'll use my electric motor and just kind of bounce that off the bottom. They'll bite that pink power worm wacky style. Try it. Been picking up some fish also on Lake Taneycomo on Rapalas, number 5s, and seems like that silver black. They've been picking up some fish on small jigs like we talked about last week, and I'll tell you what, small jigs, and if there's no generation, go to that small 80th ounce. And I like that, the green, the black, olive green, and put a strike indicator, a float up above it, about 6 foot, 5-6 foot, pitch it out when it's real slow. That might turn a slow day into a good day. You may want to try this. And they've been drifting some air-injected night crawlers at Taneycomo. And the landing area is good. Been picking up some fish around Monkey Island. But the best overall bait seems to be that Berkeley trout worm, that pink trout worm. Okay, we've had good reports. I've got a couple pictures I want to show you over at Truman Lake. We're adding Truman to a report each week. I love Truman. I used to live out there. I guided out there. In fact, I'm getting ready to go back out there next week. We'll have a report from you. But some people are having a little bit tough time with the crappie bite, but other people are really catching some nice fish. Here's my buddy Zach from Warrensburg. Over the past weekend, he had a limit of beautiful crappie. Boy, look at these two. Really nice. And fishing the hardwoods with jig or jig and minnow combination, Zach said be sure to watch your line because there's some real light biting going out there. And he was fishing kind of the mid-Osage arm, I believe. Another picture for you, Osage Bluff Marina. How about Shirley? Over the weekend, she caught some nice walleye. You bet, there's some good walleye fishing can be had at Truman, and congratulations to Shirley. Oh, that's a good catch. Good eating too, that's for sure. And they've been picking up some white bass at Truman as well on the windy points, and they'll have some wind out there hopefully this weekend. And I think you pick up some white bass and get out there and try the point fishing for some walleye. Deep diving crankbaits, it's something will get down around 15 feet of water, and maybe a night crawler, just hook a night crawler off some of these points at Truman. And let's see, good catfishing out. Well, there's always good catfishing at Truman. Cut bait seems to be the best overall bait. All right, Lake of the Ozarks, you know, if you're going out there this weekend, I'd recommend fishing the big docks, the condo docks, the big docks. I've had more than one good reports over the last few days of crappie being caught at the Lake of the Ozarks, and they're jig fishing. And if you're not good with the jig, maybe hook a minnow on a jig, like a 16th ounce, pitch it up along the edge of those docks. I think you'll catch some crappie at Lake of the Ozarks. Well, that's about it for today. Do want to say this is the final week in our big $50 tackle giveaway. If you missed out on this, go to 2 weeks ago on our show, and you'll find out how you can get entered in this thing. Well, thank you for being with us today. Be sure to like and share, and we want you to subscribe. Let's subscribe. We'd love to have you on our team. When you subscribe, you get all kinds of notifications of upcoming shows, and you'll never be left out. So subscribe. If you've got a photo you'd like to send us or any information, hey, email us at fishingchums@gmail.com. God bless you all. I'm going to be having a report from Truman next week. I'm headed that way. Ooh, I can't wait to get bit at Truman. Happy outdoors, everyone.